His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa received at Skhir Palace in the presence of His Majesty's sons, a number of members of the royal family, His Majesty's advisors, a number of ministers and businessmen, and a number of citizens and achievers from the Ministry of Industry and Commerce.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سيدي حضرة صاحب الجلالة الملك حمد بن عيسى آل خليفة ملك البلاد المعظم حفظه الله ورعاه، أصحاب السمو، أصحاب المعالي والسعادة، أيها السيدات والسادة، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. يشرفنا أن نرحب بكم أجمل ترحيب في هذا اللقاء الطيب، وخير ما نبدأ به تلاوة عطرة من القرآن الكريم.
The event began with the recitation of verses from the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض، وإن تبدوا ما في أنفسكم أو تخفوه يحاسبكم به الله، فيغفر لمن يشاء ويعذب من يشاء، والله على كل شيء قدير. آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله، وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها، لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا، ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا، ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به، واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا، أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. صدق الله العظيم.
بارك الله فيكم. بارك الله.
His Majesty the King then delivered the following speech.
جلالة الملك حمد بن عيسى آل خليفة ملك البلاد المعظم حفظه الله ورعاه بإلقاء كلمة بهذه المناسبة.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نرحب بالجميع، ويسعدنا في هذه المناسبات الطيبة أن نلتقي مجدداً مع أهل التميز والتفوق من الكفاءات البحرينية في مختلف التخصصات العلمية والخبرات المهنية. ويطيب لنا أن نخصص هذا اللقاء للإشادة بنخبة من رواد الأعمال أصحاب الشركات الناشئة والصغيرة، احتفاء بإنجازاتهم وتقديراً لجهودهم التي تتجاوز حدود المكاسب التجارية البحتة لتصل بإسهاماتها القيمة إلى صلب الاقتصاد الوطني، دعماً لتنوعه وإثراء بالأفكار المتميزة والاستثمارات ذات الجدوى العالية والتأثير المستدام. وإذ نثمن لرواد الأعمال صلابة إرادتهم في مواجهة تحديات السوق لتحقيق النجاح والانطلاق بمؤسساتهم نحو العالمية، فإننا نشيد بالبناء الثابت لقطاع العمل التجاري الحر في مملكة البحرين، القائم على نظم حديثة وممارسات عريقة تستند إلى خبرات رواده الأوائل الذين قدموا دروساً ثمينة في قدرة التاجر البحريني على تنمية النشاط الاقتصادي المرموق الذي نعتبره عماداً لجهود الحاضر وطموحات المستقبل. وعند النظر إلى النتائج الطيبة لأداء هذا القطاع الواعد تزداد ثقتنا بقوة البيئة الاقتصادية وصحة مناخها الاستثماري بفضل ما توفر من خدمات متنوعة وبرامج متقدمة، وبتعاون مشترك ومقدر لكافة المؤسسات المعنية، وفي مقدمتها صندوق العمل تمكين، مما يجعل البحرين وجهة استثمارية مثالية ومركزاً إقليمياً متكاملاً لريادة الأعمال. وفي الختام نتوجه بالشكر والتقدير لسعادة وزير الصناعة والتجارة وطواقم العمل بالوزارة، وإلى سعادة رئيس وأعضاء غرفة تجارة وصناعة البحرين على جهودهم الحثيثة في تعزيز مكانة البحرين كبيئة داعمة لريادة العمل الحر القائم على صنع الأفكار المتجددة والقادر على تسريع عجلة الإنتاج وتنويع الاقتصاد، تحقيقاً لرؤية البحرين في النمو والازدهار. بارك الله في جهود الجميع، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
علي محمد إبراهيم ضيف، شركة توصيل البحرين متخصصة في حلول التوصيل الرقمية الكاملة، فائز بمسابقة ستارت آب. نهلة محمود المحمود لالا بيلا، متخصصة في تنظيم وتنسيق المناسبات والفعاليات، فائزة بجائزة البحرين لريادة الأعمال. عايدة عارف إيرلي رايزنج، متخصصة في تصنيع المأكولات الصحية والعضوية. عبد الله أحمد عبد الله النعيمي، أجورا فود تريدينج، تقدم منتوجات غذائية عالية الجودة من أوروبا إلى العالم. أمينة عبد الجبار العباسي، أمينة جاليري، متخصصة في تحويل القطع الفنية إلى إكسسوارات وملبوسات، فائزة بجائزة البحرين لريادة الأعمال. آلاء محمد محمود، باترفلاي تكنولوجي، شركة بحرينية متخصصة في تحويل الأفكار المبتكرة. خليفة عبد الله المناعي، مناعي تك، شركة متخصصة في تقديم حلول متكاملة تكنولوجياً. ياسر عبد العزيز محمد، ملاعب أونلاين سيرفيس، تطبيق ملاعب هو أكبر وأسرع مجتمع رياضي نمواً. محمد حسين راضي، لوجي بيستريز، علامة تجارية بحرينية أسسها طاهن شغوف. أحمد هشام الراوي، متخصص في تقديم وجبات صحية مدروسة السعرات الحرارية. عبد الله خالد صليبيخ، رايت كالوريز هيلثي، مشروع متخصص بتقديم وجبات صحية. عزيز محمد عثمان، هي منصة سحابية B2B تعمل على إحداث ثورة في عملية الشراء. أبرار حسن آل الشيخ، inventor physiotherapy mobilization and rehab chair، مخترعة مشروع كرسي إعادة التأهيل والعلاج الطبيعي.
After that, the achievers from the Ministry of Industry and Commerce greeted His Majesty the King, who congratulated them and praised their important achievements for the kingdom in promoting and developing the industrial and commercial sector. His Majesty wished them continued success in their service to their country. After that, the Minister of Industry and Commerce, Abdullah Fakhro, delivered a speech in which he expressed pride and gratitude to His Majesty the King for the support that has fostered growth in Bahrain's industrial and commercial sectors, contributing to the nation's status as a prosperous center for industry. He added that during His Majesty's prosperous era, significant achievements have been realized, particularly through the Industrial Sector Strategy 2022-2026, emphasizing sustainable manufacturing and making the industrial sector the second largest contributor to the GDP. He said the ministry has promoted Bahraini products via the Takamul initiative and joined the Integrated Industrial Partnership, securing over $3 billion in supply agreements. He added that the efforts are in place to enhance industrial and economic zones, including the aluminum downstream industry zone and the Hafira Industrial Zone, which spans approximately 3 million square meters. The minister said that Bahrain aims to finalize over 10 free trade agreements to expand market access for its products to around 4 billion consumers. He added that the ministry is dedicated to improving the investor experience through communication with business stakeholders, launching an enhanced commercial registry system, and drafting the Secure Transactions Law to streamline access to funding. He said that numerous initiatives have been rolled out to promote youth empowerment and entrepreneurship, including the SME Development Fund, valued at over 100 million Bahraini dinars, and the allocation of 20% of government procurement to small enterprises. He said that the launch of the National Innovation Strategy 2025-2035 aims to position Bahrain as a hub for research and creativity, reflecting His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister's vision and support. The minister expressed honor in hosting a gathering of entrepreneurs, startups, and innovators, highlighting the encouragement provided by the directives that motivate them. He conveyed pride in past achievements and affirmed the ministry's commitment to achieve further progress. The minister wished His Majesty the King good health and happiness.
ودولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، وذلك في إطار مبادرة تكامل. وانضممنا كذلك للشراكة الصناعية التكاملية التي تضم أكثر من 7 دول بهدف تعزيز الأمن الصناعي في القطاعات ذات الأهمية الاستراتيجية، وكان للبحرين النصيب الأكبر عبر اتفاقيات توريد تتجاوز قيمتها 3 مليار دولار أمريكي. كما تشرفنا بمباركة سيدي صاحب السمو الملكي ولي العهد رئيس مجلس الوزراء حفظه الله بإطلاق استراتيجية الوطنية للابتكار 2025 إلى 2035، التي تعزز مكانة المملكة كمركز للبحث والتطوير والإبداع والابتكار. سيدي جلالة الملك المعظم، نقف اليوم أمام مقامكم الكريم وكلنا فخر واعتزاز بما تحقق، وكلنا عزم على مواصلة العمل والتطوير بروح فريق البحرين وبقيادتكم الحكيمة، وإيمانا بأن المستقبل يحمل المزيد من الفرص التي تستحق منا مواصلة البذل والإخلاص. نسأل الله أن يحفظكم ويديم على جلالتكم موفور الصحة والعافية وطول العمر، وأن يبقيكم ذخراً وسنداً لهذا الوطن العزيز، وأن يديم على البحرين عزها وتقدمها في ظل عهدكم الزاهر. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
The Minister of Industry and Commerce then presented a gift to His Majesty the King on the occasion. The attendees then greeted His Majesty the King and expressed their thanks, gratitude and pride in meeting with His Majesty, praising the authentic approach he has established with the citizens of Bahrain and the attention he gives to the interests and affairs of citizens and to ensure a decent life for them. They expressed their pride in His Majesty's vision and approach for the good of the country and its citizens. They prayed to Allah the Almighty to protect His Majesty and bless him with lasting good health and happiness and to preserve the prosperity of the kingdom under his leadership.
It is such an honor to receive this recognition from His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. I think this is a huge motivation for us as business owners to strive and to put in so much more effort to represent Bahrain, whether it's within the kingdom or abroad.
Today, being acknowledged by His Majesty the King is a dream come true. All of the hustle and the hard work that we've been doing in the back is finally being kind of acknowledged and recognized by His Majesty himself is a dream come true, and it's just a push for us to even give more and to bring out the name of the Kingdom of Bahrain to the entire world.
It feels amazing, and it's a great honor to be recognized by His Majesty the King, and it definitely motivates us to give more and to hopefully be able to pay back a little bit of the gratitude we have towards Bahrain through our work and through more hopefully success in entrepreneurship.
The personal representative of His Majesty the King, His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Hamad Al Khalifa, congratulated his son, the owner of the Two Seas Motorsport, His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Abdullah bin Hamad Al Khalifa, on the team's victory in the 2025 British GT Championship held at Donington Park in the UK. The championship is considered one of the most powerful fast car races in the world and adds to Bahrain's distinguished sporting achievements. His Highness affirmed that this remarkable and honorable achievement adds to Bahrain's sporting record, given the unlimited support enjoyed by the sports sector from His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and the continuous follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, which has enabled motorsports to attain a prominent and distinguished position on a global level. His Highness praised the ongoing contributions of the Two Seas Motorsport owner and his perseverance and determination to win. He also praised the team's numerous achievements, which have raised Bahrain's profile in various international racing arenas, wishing His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Hamad continued success and further achievements in future racing events. The representative of His Majesty the King for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs and Chairman of Babco Energies, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, chaired the company's third Board of Directors meeting for 2025. The meeting focused on reviewing strategic progress, assessing initiatives, and receiving updates on the Babco modernization project. The board reviewed developments across Babco's key initiatives and noted the milestones achieved during the third quarter, with an emphasis on delivering integrated value across subsidiaries and sustaining alignment with long-term strategic objectives. Updates were also presented on the Babco modernization project, which continues to make solid progress against its planned timeline and remains central to advancing Bahrain's energy sector. The board reviewed the final governance documents on a new joint venture between Babco Energies and Total Energies. It also reviewed progress on the 3D seismic survey, long-reach drilling in the Khalij Al Bahrain field, and the deep gas exploration program being pursued onshore with EOG. The group CEO of Babco Energies, Mark Thomas, emphasized that the progress achieved in the third quarter reflects the group's commitment to executing its strategy and delivering tangible results across subsidiaries, strengthening competitiveness and advancing the kingdom's energy infrastructure. The first Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, Chairman of the General Sports Authority, President of Bahrain Olympic Committee, and Chairman of the Supreme Organizing Committee for the 3rd Asian Youth Games, AYG, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, received the Chairman and members of the Executive Committee for the AYG as part of His Highness's follow-up on the final preparations for the launch of the Games, which will be held in Bahrain from October 22nd to the 31st under the patronage of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. His Highness reviewed the latest developments and technical and organizational reports submitted by the Executive Committee. The Chairman of the Executive Committee for the AYG, Yusuf Adaid, provided a comprehensive explanation of the readiness of the sports facilities, accommodation arrangements, transportation, security and media plans, ceremonies, protocol, award ceremonies, and all other organizational aspects. His Highness praised the efforts being made by the Executive Committee and the working committees and thanked them for their dedication during the past period. He stressed that what has been achieved so far and the praise received by the Executive Committee from the Olympic Council of Asia after Bahrain was awarded the hosting rights for the event reflects the spirit of teamwork and integration between government and private entities and reinforces Bahrain's position as a leading sports destination in the region. He added that the royal patronage of this continental sporting event places a great responsibility on Bahrain and drives the kingdom to redouble efforts to ensure that the tournament is exceptional and befitting of the kingdom's reputation. His Highness affirmed that the success of this event heavily relies on the determination and competence of the youth of Bahrain. He noted that this edition represents a historic opportunity to showcase showcase Bahrain's organizational capabilities and its commitment to promoting sports and society, not only by hosting championships and tournaments, but also by building a sustainable sporting legacy that will benefit future generations. His Highness expressed hope that this tournament would serve as a platform to inspire the youth and motivate them to excel in order to produce Olympic champions from Asia in various sports. The BDF Commander-in-Chief Field Marshal Sheikh Khalifa bin Ahmed Al Khalifa chaired the Supreme Military Pension Council meeting. The meeting was attended by the National Security Advisor and Royal Guard Commander Lieutenant General His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Minister of Interior General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, the Minister of Finance and National Economy Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, the BDF Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Diab bin Sagar Al Naimi, the National Guard Staff Director Lieutenant General Sheikh Abdul Aziz bin Saud Al Khalifa, the Financial and Technical Affairs Advisor at the BDF General Command Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, and the President of the National Intelligence Agency Major General Bassam Mohammed Khamis Al Ma'raj. The meeting discussed its general policy on the achievements and management of the Military Pension Fund through technical and administrative regulations and systems, in addition to discussing investment plans related to the management and investment of the fund. The meeting was attended by a number of senior officers from the BDF. His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Abdullah bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the owner of Two Seas Racing, expressed pride in the team's outstanding achievements at the conclusion of the 2025 British GT Championship after securing the overall driver's title, the Pro-Am title and the team's champion title within the GT3 category held at Donington Park in the UK. His Highness expressed pride in achieving another milestone for Bahrain in one of Europe's most prestigious motorsport championships. He added that this victory demonstrates Bahrain's ability to compete at the highest international levels of motorsport and making an impact in major global racing events. He said that the team will continue to work hard to further elevate Bahrain's status in international sporting arenas in line with the strategic vision and directives of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and with the follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa that empower Bahraini youth and promote sports development. His Highness added that this championship title is the result of teamwork, continuous efforts, extensive training and determination from all members of the team who continue to give their utmost expertise and commitment to achieve consistent success while competing against the world's most renowned racing teams. The Minister of Legal Affairs and Acting Minister of Labour Yusuf Khalaf inaugurated the 17th Annual Human Resources Management Conference in the presence of the CEO of Rosham Company, Sharder, and with the participation of more than 200 administrative leaders and officials. The Minister emphasized that holding such specialized conferences provides a pivotal opportunity to exchange expertise and discuss the latest developments in the field of human resource management, stressing the importance of investing in the development of national competencies and institutional capacities to achieve the desired development goals. He also honored the supporting entities, participating companies and speakers, as well as those behind outstanding initiatives and prominent institutions and leaders in the field of human resource management. The conference included 3 specialized workshops highlighting global best practices in the areas of training and institutional competency development.
So proud to say that we have given away approximately 40 awards by His Excellency Yusuf bin Abdul Hussein Khalaf, the Minister of Legal Affairs and Acting Minister of Labour, Kingdom of Bahrain. And I truly thank our sponsor, MDAD by ELM and Core HR from Belgium, for supporting us, along with a lot of partners who have helped us take this forward in the Kingdom of Bahrain.
We've just received the award from the HRM Summit for Ubuntu Academy, which is a social outreach program where we've taken DHL knowledge and transferred that to disadvantaged youth through using a digital learning platform. So we're really happy to continue on a journey of sustainability and have that recognised at the HRM Summit Awards.
We won the Best Social Media Award in HR. We're very delighted. We'd like to thank the team and the leadership in Aramco for all their support to make this wonderful award happen.
Alhamdulillah, we won the Best HR Technology Solution for 2025. This solution is very good, and alhamdulillah, we won this prize, or we won this award due to this technology. We use it to build one of the best HRM solution in the region, which is very comprehensive. We are a Bahraini company, alhamdulillah. We established here in Bahrain, and we expand over the whole region, alhamdulillah. We are #1 now in this solution.
The Minister of Housing and Urban Planning, Amna Ramehi, affirmed that the ministry is continuing to implement its housing projects according to clear plans in line with the objectives of the government program 2023-2026. She pointed out that the continued support for the social housing sector from His Majesty the King and the follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister form the basis for accelerating the base of achievement and ensuring the diversification of housing options available to citizens. The Minister announced the start of the second phase of the Salman City housing project, which includes the construction of 432 apartments following the completion of the first phase, which provided 1,382 apartments. She explained that construction work on the second phase has begun with the foundations, with 72% of the foundations now completed using modern construction technologies, and that the advanced generation projects are in line with the sustainability concepts. The Minister emphasized the ministry's keenness to meet citizens' aspirations by developing apartments designed to suit the needs of the Bahraini family. In the presence of the Minister of Sustainable Development and CEO of the Economic Development Board, Noor Al-Khlaif, the third edition of FinTech Forward 2025 was launched to showcase new innovations and explore emerging opportunities in the financial technology sector regionally and globally. The event includes a series of interactive sessions and panel discussions reviewing global and regional experiences with the participation of a wide range of experts, entrepreneurs, and leaders of financial institutions from around the world. The event also focuses on inclusive finance regulatory frameworks and regional economic diversification while emphasizing Bahrain's leading position in financial technology. The organizing committee of the Nasser bin Hamad Cycling Tour for Amateurs announced that registration is now open for the 5th edition of the tour, which will be held from November 5th to the 8th, organized by the Bahrain Cycling Association in collaboration with Faaliyat Company. The organizing committee confirmed that participation in the tour will be through the Tadakar app and invited all citizens, residents, and cyclists from the GCC to register and participate in this major sporting event, which is one of the most prominent community events in Bahrain. The 5th edition of the tour will feature several races for different categories, including the general race, the women's race, the children's race, and the wheelchair race in support of people with determination to promote their integration into sporting activities. In the presence of His Majesty the King's Advisor for Media Affairs, Nabil Al-Hamar, Darat Al-Ansari for Thought and Culture organized a book launch event for a new book by the late thinker Dr. Muhammad Al-Ansari titled The World and the Arabs by the Citizen, Journalism as a Witness to History. The publication is part of the Foundation's efforts to publish the late thinker's unfinished work, in addition to republishing his previous works, which continue to enjoy wide interest among those interested in culture. Al-Hamar and the attendees were received by the founding member of Darat Al-Ansari for Thought and Culture, Dr. Halil Ansari and Maysa Al-Ansari, as well as a number of family members and intellectuals. The Vice President of the Bahrain Journalists Association, Rashid Al-Hamar, received a copy of the book in appreciation of the association's role in supporting the cultural and media movement in Bahrain. The Council for International Dispute Resolution of Bahrain hosted the inaugural Hwar Circle on the Hwar Islands with the participation of 14 prominent figures in the field of arbitration from various jurisdictions, including London, Singapore, Paris, Nigeria, India, and Hong Kong. The event aims to revisit and develop the core principles of arbitration, reflecting Bahrain's commitment to enhancing international cooperation. The gathering focuses on reviewing and renewing the foundational standards of arbitration inspired by centenary principles of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators in London. Over 3 days, the Hwar Circle will examine key practical challenges in international arbitration, encourage the exchange of experiences, and promote cooperation that contribute to effective dispute resolution.
This gathering is a gathering that has never happened in the world of international law and international arbitration. It is inclusive, it is exclusive, it's diverse, but not for diversity's sake. We've brought together leaders from the field of international disputes, from the institutions, the arbitrators, the lawyers. These people that we carefully selected are forces of nature. They are inspiring, they are passionate, they are disruptors. And what we're doing in the next 3 days is we are going to be revisiting the so-called London principles for arbitration. And on Thursday, we will be announcing globally Bahrain's principles for international arbitration. So what we're doing right now, we are reshaping the future of international disputes. And why is this so symbolic that it is called the Cercle de Hwar, which is in English the Circle of Hwar?
This is a gathering of of international arbitration practitioners outside of what happens otherwise, which are conferences. And I think it is a wonderful idea to bring a diverse, and I understand unintentionally diverse group of arbitration experts to think what arbitration needs in the next 2 decades or 3 decades, building on perhaps on the London principles and other thought leadership that has prevailed in arbitration.
This event is a unique event because it reconceptualizes what is arbitration and what needs to be done in arbitration and how ICA was conceptualized many, many years back. So I think it was about time in the whole ecosystem of arbitration that people get together and rethink the future of arbitration, because this is something which needs to go on for years and years and years together. And what better place than Hawar to start?
The Bahrain Institute for Political Development and Cooperation with the General Secretariat of the Representatives Council organized a realistic simulation session on the working mechanisms of the Council's standing committees. This came as part of the third phase of the Future Bet 3 program, which aims to empower Bahraini youth with practical experience of the nature of parliamentary work and decision-making mechanisms within legislative committees. The event featured a practical demonstration of the parliamentary simulation program with sessions simulating meetings of standing parliamentary committees. Participating members of parliament shared their legislative experience and reviewed the nature of responsibilities of the committees, emphasizing the importance of such programs and enhancing political awareness among young people and developing their understanding of parliamentary work. The Bahraini Omani Business Forum, organized by the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, kicked off in Muscat with a large turnout of business figures from the two brotherly countries. The first deputy chairman of the Bahrain Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Khalid Najibi, emphasized that this forum is a practical embodiment of the shared national visions of Bahrain and Oman, noting that it is a practical opportunity to create quality partnerships and joint investments. The chairman of the Omani Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Sheikh Faisal bin Abdullah Rawas, affirmed that the forum represents a real opportunity to expand the horizons of partnership in a way that serves their common interests.